Greetings, men. It's our Coronation Spirits Week, episode 2 tonight. Tonight, we're going to be discussing New Riff, straight bourbon. It is produced by the New Riff Distillery down in Newport, Kentucky. This is a very young bourbon. It's only 4 years old in the bottle. And it's a young distillery. In fact, they just started production back in 2014. This is also a bottled in bond bourbon. And that means it meets the requirements of the Bottled in Bond Act of 1897. So a little history there. Several of the big distillers went before Congress and they petitioned to have this Bottled in Bond Act passed that would ensure quality in the bourbon business. And the Bottled in Bond Act requires a couple of things. First of all, it requires the product to be the distillation of one distilling season. From one distillery, so there's no blending of the bottles or of the juice. It's going to be housed in a federally bonded warehouse for 4 years and inspected regularly. And finally, it's going to be bottled at 100 proof. So this is a 50% alcohol bourbon. It's really a standard 100 proof is kind of the standard. So that's what we go by. So tonight's pour. I've already got my pour in my glass here. Nice healthy pour. This is a 65% corn mash bill, by the way. So 65% of this juice is corn, 30% is rye, and 5% malted barley. So this is definitely a high rye because I have some spice. And you get that on the nose right off the bat. Very spicy nose, some cinnamon, some black pepper in there. I also can pick up dark fruits, perhaps a little raspberry or something along those lines. It's kind of got a fruity profile as long as a peppery profile. And you can't forget that oaky goodness. It's not overpowering, but it is definitely there. There's a good oaky smell to this. And so let's see what this tastes like. All right, so we have some great cinnamon there. That transfers from the nose to the palate, especially there on the sides of the tongue, sides of the palate. You really get that cinnamon, that little tingle. It's not a red hot type of thing, but it's just a cinnamon spice. That oak has been replaced with a large amount of creamy vanilla. That rye spice is also there at the end as well. Shocker with the 30% rye, right? Finish. Nice, long. I like a little bit of burn, but not overpowering. That's what this delivers. There's also just a teeny bit of alcohol in here, and that could be off-putting to a few people who don't like that taste. I imagine this would probably benefit with just a few drops of water, help open that up, dispel that alcohol. What I'd really like to see is them take this 4-year bourbon and make it a 6 or 8 year. And of course, in the next year or two, we'll see that coming out with a 6 or an 8. Hopefully, we'll see what they do with that. But I would imagine that flavor profile will deepen and that alcohol will all but disappear. So, gentlemen, tonight, New Riff, as we listen to a few riffs here from our good buddy Jimmy Vaughn on the Spotify account. But happy Coronation, episode 2 of Spirits Week. New Riff, bottled in bond bourbon. Gentlemen, have a good evening. Happy pours.